New to Wavelab 10 is something called a reference track. It's a new track type that you can add to an audio montage, and it's the reason why a lot of people are now going to be editing single songs in a montage instead of the audio editor, because it allows you to listen to a separate track that you can bring in versus your track. Let me show you how to set this up. I'm going to create a brand new empty audio montage. So I'm going to go to the File tab, and I'm going to go to Audio Montage and Custom, and then the properties are going to be stereo, CD compatible, and 44.1 kilohertz. Then I'm going to add a file that I want to master. So I'm going to right or control click here, insert an audio file, and I'm just going to go to the browse window here. The browse window is nice because it remembers all the locations that you have been using recently. So I'm going to go and load up a song that I need to master, like this one. And it's going to add that to my montage at the very beginning of the montage. Then I'm going to add a reference track. So I'll click the Add Track button right here, choose Reference Track. Then I'm going to right or control click in that track region, and I'm going to insert another audio file. I'm just going to browse that same folder, and I'm going to bring in a song that is the same band, but has already been mastered. So let's load in this one. So different song. So now I've got these two independent tracks, but you'll notice that the reference track is kind of grayed out. That allows me to listen to the first track, and it's going to be playing through the master section. But the second track, which is the reference track, see that big R? That indicates that it's a reference track. It is only going to be playing out of the standard output. It's not going to be going through the master section so that you don't double up on the mastering that you've already applied to this file when you're listening to it. And to verify that that reference track is not going to the master section, click on the routing button right here and make sure that it's set to main playback bus. And then you can be listening to this track, which is the track that you're mastering. So you might have some master rig settings on this, like an equalizer, and maybe you added some of this, and maybe you have a limiter on it too. And so you're going to optimize it a little bit here, add some harmonics or something like that. So these settings in the master section are going to process the first track. The reference track is going to be bypassing the master section altogether. So you could be listening to this track, and while you're listening to this track, you can hit the little ear icon on the reference track, and now we're listening to that other reference track. And we can get some ideas instantly about the sonic differences between the unmastered file and the mastered file that you did previously to make sure that you get the same sort of sound, since it's the same band. Or another really great thing to do is use some genre-specific music that is similar to the track that you're mastering. For example, if it was a hard rock band, you might want to bring in a Metallica song onto the reference track and listen to the differences between the two. Or if you were mastering a country singer, a female country singer, you could bring in a Dolly Parton record or a Trisha Yearwood CD and listen to the differences between those two so that the mastering that you're doing can be referenced to some material that's already out there on the market and is accepted in that genre, so that you're matching those sonic characteristics between what's on the market and what you will be delivering to the market. And then when you're done with the mastering in the audio montage, you could burn it out of the audio montage or render it out of the audio montage, or just open this file in the audio editor by itself. And since the master rig is already set up to apply the mastering to that audio file, you could just render that audio file simply by using the render button. But that's how to use the reference track, and in the next section we're going to talk about some more advanced master section settings.